discussion, where do we are in sustainability? What is the situation? What is status quo? Is it status quo? What challenges do we have to overcome to make our society and business sustainable? Like one question is, which part is a sustainable one? And is it really so easy to run sustainable business if you choose or have one? So we will have some 3 to 5 minutes maybe to those who haven't spoken yet. Yes. Those people will be. Please welcome the co-founder and manager of Kalve Coffee, Kalve. Kalve is the first company to receive sustainability B Corp certification, Gatis Zēmanis. Welcome to the stage, please. And Kalve Coffee is a special coffee roasting company that stayed true to all involved parties in all that we do. So, people who are doing what they are talking. Then Ieva Keiša, director of LATVIA TOURS Limited, an ALTA Board member. ALTA is Association of Latvian Travel Agents and Operators. LATVIA TOURS is actually the only organization in the field which has a Travel Life certified status. So let's find out what Travel Life certified status is, which is the best and highest level of certification that a tour operator can reach globally. So we have real business people here representing real sustainable businesses, and let's see how they are doing. And we will be talking about the practical part of it, the costs. Is it full cycle sustainability or not? What about motivation? Who motivates you and your customers? And how can we involve everyone in this? So, let us begin. Round of applause to the panelists once again. So I will have first thing for you. Agnese already said what there were to say. So let's begin with let's begin with Ieva. What is that certificate and why do you need that if no one else has it?
Yes, as you already mentioned, this is one of the most prestigious sustainability certificate that you can have as a tour operator, and so we are very proud of it. We have been awarded June this year, and why we started this sustainability path? That was really very long time ago at 2007, when we opened our first online travel shop, which was the first one in Latvia. We organized a campaign when our customers were offered to buy some certificate to compensate CO2 footprint. And that time, sustainability was not so popular yet, but we realized that people actually like to do nice things. If you offer them and it doesn't ask too much from them, then they are very happy to do something good. And afterwards, we organized this tree planting campaign together with our partners, and that was really a great thing, and we were very proud of this. That was beginning. Afterwards, after some 7 years, I have got my certificate from Travel Life as a private person, because sustainability was, I would say, my personal mindset that time, and I felt like this is something really important I want to implement in my private life. Like, you have to sort your waste, you have to think either you switch the light on or you can do some other small things. And then just before the COVID, we applied for local sustainability index, which is organized by Institute of Corporate Responsibility, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure about the title. So we applied to this index, and we got bronze nomination. We were really very proud of that, because that was not an easy thing. Lots of adjustments, lots of documents, lots of processes we revised. Then we did it after COVID once again, and somehow logically we decided that we want to go further and to be internationally certified. And then ALTA, Latvian Travel Association, together with European Travel Association, they have started this project Sustainable Tourism, SUSTOUR, and they offered to operators to apply and to do this certification free of charge. So basically it didn't cost anything, a part of work, because the biggest challenge for us was this workload, because in a small company, because in this market we do not have really big companies working in travel field. Therefore, sustainability coordinator, it's a managing director, and you have somehow to manage to do all those adjustments and documents and processes your own. And the other challenge is, of course, to get your team on board, because you have to convince them, you have to sell this idea. And when it's done,
just one more work to do.
Yes, and then when it's done, then of course you go further step by step and get certified.
Ieva, why should you do it? If no one else does it, you don't have a competitive edge. You have just to use more resources of the little ones you have. For example, I just paid like €2 extra for my airfare because of being sustainable, buying sustainable fuel, but that costs more, not less.
In our case, as I mentioned, you have to start with yourself. So we really, sustainability is everywhere. Every conference, this is the hottest topic. But I haven't heard much about practical sustainability. That's why I came to this conference, because I really like this title, Sustainability in Action. So you have to start with yourself, and then you have to try to sell this idea to your partners, to suppliers, to customers. And then you, maybe it doesn't happen in the first day of being certified, but still you have this international recognition, and you become a more competitive company.
You do.
Because if you want to play in international market, then of course it is very important. If you want to sell shore excursions for cruise ships, it is very important.
So are you saying that businesses are asking for it from you?
Not in Latvia. For example, if you take part in the government tenders, I haven't heard that there would be any certificate needed, but internationally, yes, it is becoming more and more
I will ask you in a minute, what exactly are you doing, which is like top 3 sustainable things. But now let's move to Gatis and ask, what about Kalve? Why? Why? I've never heard that someone would ask to be sustainable when you're making coffee or roasting coffee. Why?
First of all, it's nice to be here. Thank you for inviting. Why? Because. Why not? You know, I think we have to, like, my personal motivation was to, you know, it's quite banal, but when we found the company, I became a father, and then my partner as well, actually, but not together. But and we asked ourselves the questions: okay, how we want to do the business, and what we want to give our children afterwards. So this is the main motivation.
So your business partner and yourself, you became fathers.
Yeah.
And that was one of the points.
It was not the biggest one, but I think it was like one of the triggers. Yeah.
Why? What what have you changed?
The idea was that actually we realized that we are the next generations who can influence the business, the industry, and our bubble. So we had to take an action, and this is why. So yeah, because of that, we had an option, and we wanted to use that.
So it sounds like because we can, but it costs. You have to admit it costs. It makes you do things in certain ways, and it costs more. It's more complicated. Your employees could maybe not happy that they have to do something extra.
Actually, no. I think our employees, we are at the moment team of 50. So
15.
50.
Oh.
So I think our employees are quite happy what they are doing, because we managed to do actually quite two main things. One is to create idea where to go together, and we have to take actions not only like board members, etc., but all the team, and all team have like chance to do something better. And then is another thing that actually in long term it's more efficient financial as well. So we totally believe that, and take a look what's happening here. What Agnese told, that Kaspar's told, that if you want to work in our market, so we need to do that, and it's gonna be okay. Maybe today it's quite expensive because we have to put resources to fill all documentation for B Corp. We have to change some processes in, but still, I 100% sure that we will be in better positions after some few years.
All right, because I will also would like to know what are the top 3 things you're doing like differently, and what makes you more sustainable than before. Because in my house it's very simple. Now I know that I'm more sustainable because instead of just a bag for plastic bags, I have a paper bag for paper bags and fabric bag for fabric bags. So which makes me sustainable, I guess. So the question to Agnese is. What is the most important motivation? Because we've heard some sentiment, emotional part, and then the business part. Is there statistics on this?
Yes, I also have bags like that, sorted. I would say that there are statistics, there are drivers, and drivers are several. One is financier, so it depends on how big this company is. So if the company is interested to have cheaper money, so they go for action, and they tailor their business, their report, and be transparent about their ESG and everything. The next one is clients. So as we heard, to open the market, to go into market, to be ready for the market, as you said. So be ready for the market, for the growth. You need to have, you need to know the market rules. And so what you do, you comply. The third one is, I would say, employees. Because employees, they want the question after, like, or even before, how much you will pay for me for this job, is like, how do you do your job? Do you have life-work balance? Do you pay all taxes? Do you do something sustainable? Is this work meaningful? Do I do it for kind of purpose? So this is a new generation, I'm sorry, but they are coming in and they are requesting that. And you can't say that you will work after hours and I will not going to pay for you.
That's a social part of sustainability also.
Yes, there's a social part, and I think you can't build business only on changing light bulbs. You should build it holistic, as already was mentioned, and resilient, like that you can and count on it, because companies doesn't have always good times. You know that. And there's crisis also. And so it depends how you have invested. I think it's sustainability is an investment in your future. Okay,
now, top 3 things you've changed. Now you're more sustainable because of these 3 things, or 2, whatever. And then next one, the next round would be, what are the biggest challenges? What sustainable entrepreneurs have to count on and be ready for? Ieva, top 3 things.
I would say that The one thing which is a very simple one, but I am very proud with, is that we implemented in our company the practice whenever our employees go for business trip, they have a special form where they calculate the CO2 footprint and caused by the flight and by the business trip, and at the end of the month then we compensate this amount to the Riga's forests for tree planting. And this is a small thing and it's not really so expensive, but that's what everybody can do, and this is really something nice and real.
So traveling gets more expensive.
Not really. I would say this more expensive is not significant, at least for our company.
All right.
So the other thing, again, very practical and very simple thing. For example, what we do now is because one of the, I would say, biggest module in this certification process is how you treat your employees. Basically, you have to take care of your people. You have to take care of health insurance. They have to have all those social benefits and everything. Basically, it's good for employees. And what we do now, we change lampions in our office for saving electricity, and also the lampions are better for eyes, and this is other practical thing. And the third practical thing, it's more linked with customers, of course. We always try to offer sustainable option. When we send an offer to the customer, then there should be sustainable offer.
What do you mean by a sustainable offer?
So, for example, you have 3 flights, and you can make a choice. Either you fly with the more sustainable, which cause less damage, or you still have a chance, of course, to fly with the cheapest one. But this is so we have to offer. The choice is customers, but we have to offer.
It's like at the shop there's fridge with
Yes.
A, B, C, D, E,
Yes,
F
yes.
class.
This is the same like when you go into the shop, then you can buy some ecologic eggs, or you buy normal eggs. This is your choice.
All right, some practical stuff.
Yeah, I am very practical.
But you have to also educate your staff to know it all.
Yes, we do it. We have sustainability meetings. We used to have them every week, and so they started to laugh on me that the only thing I care of is sustainability, and there were lots of internal jokes about sustainability. And
have you lost someone because of your crazy sustainability policy in the company?
No.
All right, I'm leaving. I can't stand this anymore.
Actually, so when you got your team on board, then it's a fun.
Okay.
Because they have lots of ideas what they can do more. For example, one idea, they decided that they do not need those small waste bins because when they have it, then they produce more waste. Every time when they have to go with every paper
Smaller waste bins.
Yes, they don't have them anymore, and this is they decided that they do not need them.
Thank you. Agnese, by the way, when your turn comes up, I would like to hear what are the smallest steps businesses can make with the biggest impact. Just listening to what Ieva and Gatis has to say also. Gatis.
Sorry, can you repeat
Yes,
the question?
the question was top 3 things you are doing now more sustainable, which you think is very important.
Actually, we did everything as we're doing at the moment, starting our company, because we're quite young company. We go public in 2019, and of course, what we had to do was some like practical things and to influence all these 3 scopes we are working with. First of all, is scope with the suppliers. Of course, we had to find the best suppliers which work the same way as we do. We share the same values regarding the responsible business. Then a second thing was to engage our clients and publics to change the habits. And one practical thing of that is that of course, we are roasting coffee and selling coffee to businesses and B2C segment as well. And we came to idea to change the packaging, the way of packaging as the industry is doing. And for example, at the moment, we are roasting something and selling something around 70,000 kgs per year. And half is...
70 tons of coffee.
Yeah. Approximately half is B2B and, sorry, not half, but 70% is B2B. And 90% of that we are delivering with a zero waste concept. And in B2C, actually, in our coffee shops and shops, people are coming to buy coffee without packaging. You know, it's
So it's like with a bucket?
not bucket. We are selling the reusable tins. And Agnes before that told that that actually to change the habit, it's you need to have this kind of financial benefit. You know.
Yeah.
And what we did, we just, if you do this refilling, so you get 20% discount.
So it means you give them once the can, and then they come back with the same can.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Does the coffee still holds the nice aroma and the taste?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Because that is always the biggest argument. You know, I should keep it closed.
Yeah, you should keep it closed, but you know, usually like small coffee roasters as us, this was the sales argument why you don't have to buy coffee from Italy from a local roaster, because it's like a bread, you know, it's gets old like quite fast, so it's not like that.
All right. Good. Thank you. That's it. Good. By the way, round of applause to these two businessmen who are really doing, and businesswoman, really doing a thing. Yeah, because, see?
Values.
Yep, come on. So, we will have just time for the challenges and maybe some solutions you would ask either state to do, or maybe customers to do, or partners to do, to work it better also for your business or in your industry. That will be the thing we will finish with this discussion. Agnese, what about the least things with the most impact?
In my mind, there comes two examples. One was stop fixing your printer.
Stop fixing your printer?
Yes.
What?
Like, for example, this example comes from education institution, and everybody likes to print everything. Ask Turiba. And so the CEO of the company just stopped fixing the printer.
So it broke down one day?
It broke down, and she didn't ask for maintenance, and it stopped. And they now have one very small printer, and they reduced the paper. It's like zero paper. It's paperless.
Like push
company.
people to find better ways to do
Yeah,
it.
how not to print it out. So if it's not even intensives, like just stop giving the play, because the idea is that if you give the infrastructure, people will come and do it. If you will take it away, people to find a way another
all
way.
right, don't fix the printer.
Yeah, then the second one, what comes to my mind, a huge telecom company, they have always packed their machines in some all the stuff like how you can connect the big machine to other machines. So there's small packages and everything. And one day they asked the customers, do you use it? Just one question, do you use it? They said, no, we throw it all away.
What exactly they're throwing
It's
away?
like there's a machine,
Yes.
and there's a connectors, like adapters and
All
everything.
right.
So they say we throw it away straight away.
All the connectors, all the cables, kind of.
Yeah. So because we don't use it, we have different one.
All
Are you
right.
always sending us? So the easy question was, do you use it? No. So get rid of it. So they saved money. They saved problems to customers to use weight.
So they send only the machine, and if they need it, then they ask it.
Yeah. So
All right.
only ask the question, do you need it?
Okay. Send the minimum and then see what happens.
Yes. Do they complain?
Good. Thank you. All right. Okay. Now, for the challenges. What are the biggest challenges and how maybe you treat them?
In travel industry, I would say that the biggest challenge is to work with suppliers locally, because local suppliers, they are not really very keen about being sustainable. For example, if you want to organize sustainable excursion, you have to transport people somehow, and there is not really many sustainable coach companies in Latvia, and there are not many at all. So you have to cooperate with what you have in this market.
You're happy that you have bus at all.
Yes, yes, true. This is quite challenging with international partners. There is a challenge that, for example, you have to be sustainably certified, but then you have to sign agreement in paper for like 100 pages, and then you have to scan it, and then you have to send it by post, and this is sustainable cooperation. This is, I don't know any.
To whom you're sending that paper?
To the partner who asked us to be sustainable, and so we approve our sustainability, and then we have to sign this paper agreement, and that unfortunately happens very often. And
Germany is still using faxes.
Yes, and I also want to say that it's not also nice to use those. When I registered for the conference, then luckily I turned it other side, and it is reusable, which is good.
All right.
But when we cleaned our office recently, we had piles of those, and this is not sustainable.
That's a souvenir.
It is, but we have lots of souvenirs. Like, I think no, it's like, of course, we do this change step by step.
Okay.
But better not.
Thank you. So finding partners and also making agreements with them is one of the challenges.
Yes, and also like e-signature. This is a simple and very available thing, but not all companies use it. And you still have to print those paper agreements, send them towards and back, and so.
So which one of you here in the room are using e-signature? So you're doing it digitally. Please put up your hands. Yes. The ones who are planning to do it this year till the end of the year, please. No, you're not planning.
I think it will be obligatory since from 2025, luckily.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Thank you. Gatis.
So we have two main challenges we see. But first of all, regarding this finding the best suppliers or partners, this is why we choose to work with the big corporation, because actually it works for us as a filter. That if the company have this big corporation, for us it means that there's the same standards we do. So
you're looking for the certificate, the same certificate you're using?
Yeah, specifically B Corp, because we know what is that. So, but for our main two challenges is first one is the help of governance. For example, the lawmaking. Like a practical example, you know, we want to like make our like better things in our coffee shops. For example, how to reduce the food waste, etc. But there is no the landlord of the home. He's not ready to pay to take one container and to do that. So, if he would be obligated to do that, it would change all things, you know. And it's not only in this segment, but in all kind of ways.
Yeah, in Latvia, people don't treat that service as something you should pay for. They think like, why should I pay for the trash? So, and that's a problem still for general public too.
But yeah, but it's only one example, and there's a lot of these examples what the government can do in lawmaking. Okay. And the second big challenge is which is hard for us as a like developing companies that working together with different areas to reduce waste or develop the recyclable system. For example, if we are roasting like 50,000 kgs, so we make the waste of that. So what we can do with that coffee waste? Mm-hmm. Of course, it's not our business to think about that, how to use this material and etc. Of course, we are looking for the ways to do that, but still, we have to do our business, you know, and do it more sustainable and responsible. So what we are looking for, the partners, it doesn't matter, like private partners or public sector or universities who can help us to make these things.
But aren't you too small to have partners like that? Because your waste is too small. No one would like to deal with it.
It depends, you know, if you like, of course, if you like zoom out and take it globally, of course, we are like small part of European market, yeah, definitely. But if you zoom in, maybe there is some things we can do like locally. So.
Okay. All right, thank you. Agnese, before we finish this discussion, and you please, think of one sentence which is call to action to be our next future and real entrepreneurs more sustainable. What would be your call to action to them, to the audience? And Agnese also, so some rounding up on what you just heard here today. So what are your takeaways and maybe call to action too?
I'm very happy to have such a good discussion partners who are driven not only because of money, but also for values. Also, certification is something that brings you in a framework and gives you like a path where to strive, where to go. And I would say that sustainable companies like regulation actually for sustainability, because that gives the same rules for everyone. And so it's easier to follow up, to be compared, and to set up the standard. And I think that's a good news for those who are ready or would like to be ready. Bad news for those who are not want to change and anything to do. So, yes. And I would like to wish for a new generation to pick, please, sustainability course if you have it, and learn the new ways.
So you know how to make business properly in the future, because that will be required.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Kati.
You know, call to action, just take an action and take in consider not the shareholders but stakeholders.
Not shareholders.
Stakeholders, it like all the involved parties, not only like owners of companies, but all the clients, the employees, the suppliers, and etc.
Yeah. So the people who think alike, like in your case, your partner also had this idea.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Thank you, Ieva.
Yeah, I would like to give a small encouragement to new entrepreneurs that you do not have to be internationally certified to be sustainable. You can choose local certification or do not have any certification at all. You just have to start with small steps. And always remember, if you want to make the world a better place to live, you always have to start with yourself. There is no other way to go.
And you can start with yourself. You can choose Kalve Coffee and travel with LATVIA Tours.
Of course, because one of the important things in sustainability is to support local communities, which means buy Kalve Coffee.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Agnese Alksne-Bensone, Gatis Zēmanis and Ieva Keiša.